If you've never craved chicken breasts, it's probably because you've never had this Parmesan crusted chicken with marinated and perfectly cooked succulent chicken breasts, an ooey gooey cheesy ranch sauce, and a crunchy butter and garlic infused panko breadcrumb topping that ties the whole dish together. Paired with some beautifully roasted baby broccolini, and you've got an absolutely killer weeknight chicken dinner. All right, we'll start off with our chicken breasts. I've got two roughly 12-ounce chicken breasts here. This should be enough to serve 4 people. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the thinner end down there. We want this to cook as evenly as possible, so we're going to take that thicker end and just go ahead and completely cut it in half from edge to edge, trying to keep things as even as possible. Just apply a little pressure from that top hand and work the knife parallel to the board, and there you go. Some beautiful little chicken cutlets. You could definitely pound these out to get them really thin, but as long as they're about a half an inch or so, they should cook through evenly in just the right amount of time. So for our marinade, we'll go down with some salt and pepper, a little splash of Worcestershire sauce, and then we'll take a couple shortcuts here and use some bottled Italian dressing and bottled ranch dressing. It's just really quick and easy to use both of those, and we want to give this at least 30 minutes to marinate, but up to overnight for even 24 hours in the fridge would be absolutely great. Let's make those panko breadcrumbs. So I've got a few tablespoons of butter, and hey guys, as always, the exact amounts, or at least suggested amounts, will be down below in the description. We'll add in our plain panko breadcrumbs, and I'm going to season these up with a little bit of garlic powder and some Italian seasoning or herbs de Provence, whatever flavors you like. Just go ahead and get that on in there, and that is unsalted butter as well, so you might want to add a pinch of salt and freshly cracked pepper. Once those breadcrumbs have absorbed that butter and those seasonings, we can set them aside, and we'll turn to this ranch and cheese mixture, which is going to start with a few pieces of thinly sliced provolone cheese, which I'm going to cut into slices and then go back through into a nice small dice. Definitely want to use the block cheese for this if you can. I was all out of Parmesan, so I had to reach into the pantry and grab a little bit of the pre-grated stuff, but whenever you can avoid the pre-grated, it is better. It melts and stays ooey gooey and cheesy. Anyways, we're going to add some ranch dressing and pop that in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it is, I would just say, mostly homogeneous. It's okay if you still have some pieces of cheese that are not totally melted, but you want to get it so that it is spoonable or scoopable. After about 4 or 5 sessions at 30 seconds, mine was good to go. I'll just set that aside and cover it to keep it nice and warm. We'll go ahead and take our chicken and let some of that marinade drip off, but obviously you're not going to get all of it off. Place that into a skillet over medium-high heat with a little touch of olive oil. Once you've got some beautiful color on that first side, of course there's sugars and things in those store-bought marinades, so you're going to get some nice char marks. This would be great on the grill too, I should add. Just go ahead and give them a flip, another 3 to 4 to 5 minutes on that other side, and they should be most of the way there being done cooking. So we'll take our baby broccoli, cut off the woody little bottom half inch or so, and if you have any really thick or large stalks like this one, I'll go ahead and bisect that from end to end so it cooks in the allotted amount of time. I've got my oven set to 400 degrees. I'm going to lay down those chicken breasts out of the skillet along with that baby broccoli. We'll drizzle our vegetable with some olive oil, and of course guys, this could be cauliflower, regular broccoli, or any veggies of your choosing. The cooking times are of course going to vary, but we seasoned it with salt and pepper, and now it's time to get this chicken ready to go into the oven. I'm going to add some generous spoonfuls of that provolone, Parmesan, and ranch mixture. And you know that packs a flavor punch right there. In addition to that perfectly seared chicken, this is already looking great. Once we've got all of our pieces of chicken topped with the ranch and cheese mixture, we're going to go down with a generous portion of our garlic butter breadcrumbs. And you're really just looking to mound these or pile these on. You're not trying to get a perfect coating on there. As this cooks, those breadcrumbs are going to get nice and golden brown. That cheese is going to melt. I'm going to give this maybe 10 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees. That's going to finish cooking that chicken through and get a nice light roast on that broccolini. I don't like my vegetables to be really soft and blasted through. If you really want your broccolini to have a softer stalk or be a little bit more heavily roasted, go ahead and add that to the oven first. Maybe give it a 5 to 8 minute head start. But for me, after about 12 minutes, this was just perfect. I mean, look at that. Just starting to get a little roasted on the outside. Those stalks still have a nice bite to them, but they're getting nice and vibrant and dark green. Got some beautifully golden brown breadcrumbs and a ton of ooey gooey cheese and ranch sauce that is going to just make every bite of this chicken absolutely delightful. Definitely want to give it 5 to 10 minutes to cool off before you try and plate it up or eat it. This stuff is steaming hot. I'm going to garnish this with a little bit of fresh Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I somehow found a block hiding in the back of my cheese drawer, and so we'll go down with a little bit of freshly grated parm there. It's going to tie all these flavors together nicely, add a nice salty punch on that broccolini. And like I said, this is definitely going to have a nice bite to it. It only cooked for about 10 or 12 minutes, but that's the way I like my roasted vegetables. If you want this to be softer, just give it a little head start in the microwave or in the oven before you add your Parmesan crusted chicken. And that chicken is absolutely perfectly moist. I would offer that we cooked it to about medium in the skillet, and of course, since you can't eat chicken medium, it's just that final few minute ride in the oven that cooks it through perfectly, gets those breadcrumbs golden brown. And this just has such a deep flavor to it. Even the Worcestershire sauce and the marinade comes through. That cheese and ranch is just a luxurious combination. And when you add that crunchy, salty, buttery breadcrumb topping, it's just a perfect bite of food. I can't take credit for making up this recipe. This is a copycat version of something that you can get at some pretty popular national steakhouses, but man, what's not to love about that? Don't let it be confined to the steakhouse. Make it at home, make it your own, and make it delicious. Or at the very least, go make something delicious. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.